Your next assignment is to do a descriptive outline for your research paper. It looks complicated and it sounds complicated, but once we break it down, I think you'll see that it's not that bad. You start off with your search question. For the purposes of this example, my search question is, should the United States have universal health care? Now you have to answer your search question, and your search question answer takes the form of a thesis statement. And so I am answering my search question with, yes, we should have universal health care. Why? Well, universal health care would be good for the individual, but it would also be good for the economy and for society. So this thesis sentence plans 3 separate points. The next thing that you would do in your outline is you write your first topic sentence. So the thesis sentence, the first thing it lists is that it would be good for the individual. Your topic sentence just echoes that. Universal health care would be good for the individual. So underneath your topic sentence, you've got to come up with a couple of, I call them generalizations. Okay, so look at the connection between the generalization and the topic sentence. I say universal health care would be good for the individual. You say, why? And I say, well, for one reason, people who have health insurance can take advantage of preventative treatments. They're not always waiting until they're just about to die and then taking themselves to the emergency room. They can get checkups, they can take care of themselves so that their health costs ultimately are less, not more. So that's my first answer to the implied question of the topic sentence. Well, you can be healthier because you can go to the doctor more often. What's another reason why universal health care would be good for the individual? Well, families wouldn't have to bankrupt themselves to take care of medical catastrophes. That seems pretty obvious. So I've got a topic sentence, and then I have 2 generalizations that answer the implied question of why is universal health care good for the individual? Okay, and still on the same point, underneath each one of your, and we're going to call them, as I just said, generalizations, you are going to put the source that you'll use in order to support generalization number 1. So, presumably, you came up with this as a reason why universal health care would be good for the individual, and the reason that you know that is you learned it through your research. This source made that argument, and this source made that argument. So all you're doing here in your outline is you are taking your sources and placing them where you plan to use them. Same thing here, generalization number 2. I've got a couple of sources. These 2 sources will help me answer or help me explain why having health insurance means that these families don't have to bankrupt themselves. So that's going to be my first body paragraph. And then I scroll down to my next topic sentence. Here in the thesis, I say universal health care will be good for the economy. Here in this topic sentence, I say universal health care would also be good for the economy. Why? Well, healthy workers are more productive. They don't take sick leave as often. Private businesses could even benefit from universal health care because they won't have the burden of providing insurance for their employees. It also helps the economy because it could encourage entrepreneurship. So 3 answers to this question, and then under each answer I've got sources that I will tap when I get ready to actually write the paper. Third topic sentence from third point in the thesis. It would be good for society. Healthcare is an internationally recognized human right. That's how it's good for the society. A right to health care would save lives. That's how it's good for society. And then source for this one, source for this one.